afternoon. My name is Sylvana Durrett, and I am, as she said, the CEO of Maisonette.com. Maisonette is a premium children's marketplace that aggregates the best brands and boutiques from around the world onto one online shopping destination. My partner, Luisana Mendoza, and I launched Maisonette 4 months ago, and it's been a whirlwind in the best kind of ways, I can assure you. But I haven't always been an entrepreneur, and never in my wildest dreams did I imagine I would launch a children's e-commerce startup. My background is in fashion. I started my career at Vogue magazine in 2003, straight out of college, as the assistant to the editor-in-chief, Anna Wintour. I'm sure you've heard of her. I was promoted from Anna's office to accessories editor and figured I would continue down the fashion editorial path forever until Anna asked me to switch gears entirely, which she is wont to do. She asked me to head up special events, for the magazine. I had never planned an event before in my life. The closest thing was my 21st birthday party, which was a far cry from the types of events the magazine produced. But Anna had a vision, and I followed suit. The role quickly evolved from events to a variety of initiatives and projects. I was sort of the queen of the one-off project, and so it evolved into the director of special projects, where I oversaw all brand extensions from events, entertainment, and digital video. I spent the last 8 years producing digital content, making a few TV shows, a feature film, and last but not least, producing the annual Costume Institute Gala, which many people refer to as the Met Gala. Which brings me to the sexiest portion of this presentation, the Met Gala. Some of you might have heard of it, but for those of you who are unfamiliar, the Met Gala is an annual event thrown by the Costume Institute, which is actually an institute within the Metropolitan Museum of Art, thrown by the museum and Vogue to celebrate the opening of the Costume Institute's spring exhibition on the first Monday of every May. The exhibition is the single largest fundraising event for the museum, period, and it raises over $10 million annually for the Institute. I can say without a doubt that the gala has become the most important fashion event of the year. It is dubbed the Oscars of the East Coast and boasts a guest list chock full of celebrities, fashion designers, tech and finance moguls, artists and athletes. Co-chairs and hosts have included Rihanna, Beyonce, Nicole Kidman, Gisele Bündchen, and Tom Brady, just to name a few. And it is covered globally by over 200 media outlets and produces over 177 billion press impressions just on that day. It's truly a global phenomenon. So producing the Met Gala was probably the single most important experience that prepared me for launching my business. When people ask what it's like, I always say it's like launching a startup every year. You have concept creation. You have to think of a theme that will sell. There's fundraising. You have to raise a lot of money, not only in sponsorship to produce the event, but also in revenue from the sale of the tickets and tables. And then there's marketing and press, which play a huge role. The Met has an incredibly powerful brand that has reached astronomical proportions because of the marketing we've done over the years. We've live streamed the red carpet. We've partnered with Facebook 360. Our Instagram photo booth has been the most successful activation thus far. Calling it a photo booth is sort of an understatement. It was more like a Beyonce music video set. But it received an enormous amount of engagement from the content that was created from it. So whatever the iteration of these activations, they have made the gala the phenom that it is today. And then following the Met startup analogy, there's production and execution. You have an idea, you have the money, now you have to execute. So we would create a new world within the museum walls every year. It's a dinner for 600 people with the most extraordinary decor plan you've ever seen. For the American Woman exhibition, which was actually my first year producing the gala, we transported a 60-foot hot air balloon on an oversized load truck from the middle of the country. It took 3 weeks. For China Through the Looking Glass, we used over 250,000 roses to construct a giant Chinese vase. And all of these things were constructed on site in one day. So you can imagine that to produce these sorts of things, you need a giant team. In this case, I managed about a team of 200 people in the days leading up to the gala. So I produced 8 Met Galas. How on earth did that experience segue into Maisonette.com, you may ask? My life revolved around fashion for 15 years. I assumed shopping for my kids would be the same as shopping for myself. When you're an adult, everything you need online, everything you need in your life is online. If it's Amazon, if it's Net-a-Porter, if it's Instacart for your groceries. But when you have children, you realize it's incredibly impossible to shop for them. If you want to find the quality, stylish, unique products for your kids without spending hours and hours searching online, you have to go to stores, local stores, or you have to literally spend hours online searching for brands. And no one has the time for that. I didn't have the time for that. So we did our diligence, and we found that not only was this a problem for parents shopping for their children, it was also a problem on the supply side. The children's market was completely fragmented. What Net-a-Porter, Modo Operandi, Shopbop did for all these emerging women's wear brands, nobody was doing for the children's market. So you would have hundreds of, if not thousands of brands and boutiques, but not one centralized online hub to shop them. So now you do. Parents want high quality, stylish, and unique products for their children, but they don't have the time or the patience to shop for them. So we aggregate and we curate the very best in children's wear, accessories, home decor, and furniture all on one easy site. As you can see, the process of producing the Met and my experiences at Vogue are incredibly similar to that of starting a company. My experience at Vogue was integral in preparing me to launch Maisonette. There are a few key takeaways that I still think about every day when I at work. The first lesson is start small and focused. One of the first things I learned from Vogue and really from Anna was to start small. Anna always said, focus on doing one thing right. Make that perfect before you try to do anything else. I tell myself and my team this all the time. We can't be everything to everyone all the time. Focus on one thing at a time. The second lesson is build your brand. At Vogue, brand is everything. You are taught that from the first day in the office. You have to be clear on who you are, and that's not only in your mission, it's the look, the feel, the font, the colors. All of these things really matter. You have to nurture and protect your brand, align your brand with the right partners, say no when it's not right for your brand. And the last lesson is know what you do know and know what you don't know. It's crucial to know your own strengths and weaknesses. I learned very quickly that I don't know everything, and that's okay. Hire people who are experts in their fields. Delegate, delegate, delegate. Maisonette evolved from my experiences and learnings at Vogue, and while we have a long way to go before we reach sort of the brand and impact of Vogue, we're certainly on our way. Since launch, we've received over 5 billion media impressions from Vogue to the Wall Street Journal and many more. We've aggregated over 250 brands on site. We onboard 10 to 15 new brands and boutiques monthly and have a healthy waiting list. We have over $12 million of inventory on the site, and we've built a team full of people who know much more than I do. Thank you.